What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Solana is giving us some very bullish signs that I want you to be made aware of. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana on all the way up to 500x leverage, even though I always recommend do not go all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you sign up specifically with my link down there, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on first time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means that if you go in and say you deposit $2,000, they're going to give you $200 back on the spot on that moment for you to be able to trade with. And say you turn that into $1,000, all that profit is for you. You can keep it, spend it, withdraw it, do whatever you want with it. There are no strings attached. That's a ridiculously good deal for you to literally go make free gains. And I trade on BTCC about 50% of the time, so I definitely think you should go take advantage of and use that link down below. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Now, looking at Solana here, what I want to talk about is, of course, what we are seeing forming right around this area. Now, as many of you know, in the last video, we were right around here for Solana, and I told you all, hey, we're going to be watching very closely what happens at this $229 level, because it will give us a lot of signals and hints as to what we can expect in the future. And we've actually gotten some very good signs from this that I want to share with you today. Now, a little bit more context, just for those of you who don't know, as Solana's price has been getting a bit of a pullback, we knew that there would be a ton of resistance sitting at that all-time high. And as Solana's price started to roll a little bit, I laid out these DCA zones, and I told you, hey, these are the different zones that I'm going to be doing a little bit of dollar cost averaging in. Now, I call them DCA zones both because I'm going to be doing a little bit of DCAing here, but it's where I also think other people are going to be buying in. I think these are the levels where I'm expecting people to get in Solana at, and I think this is going to be where the real battle is at. I think if the bulls can win the battle between these three DCA zones, that we're going to be able to see Solana's price push up past this all-time high. And so I think, since I think that there's a good chance this happens, I am very optimistic about the fact that Solana is venturing into these levels, because again, I do expect that higher low support and that macro continuation. My thought here is that now that we've seen Solana break out of this range right here that we had been in all year, that we're going to break out, come back down, find a higher low, and then use it to continue upwards. That's what I'm hoping for, / that's what I think is going to happen, and that's what I'm personally preparing for. So what I want to zoom in now to is what is going on today, why what we're saying right here is very big for Solana when you have that in your mind. Once you understand the context that we're looking for that macro support to be held here. And don't worry, guys, if at any given point anything I say in this video sounds confusing or is just a little too complex, at the end of the video I'm going to tell you how you can join my Discord, where there's a 30-minute little beginner's course on technical analysis that explains all of this. Also, there's a 17-page PDF there for you as well, and there's Tyler's tips, which is like these 2 to 3 minute long videos going over just small specific things that'll help you get started in crypto. So if you are new here, just wait till the end of the video. I will show you how to join the Discord, and on top of that, if you are more advanced, I have a big announcement for you if you're a little bit more of an advanced or intermediate trader, so you also stick around as well. So looking at Solana, now that we have the context and we understand where it's at, what I want to focus in on is what I'm actually seeing from the dailies, because although it's not confirmed, and by the time even maybe this video releases and by the time the day closes, things may change, but it doesn't matter because it's the signs that we're talking about today. What we can see here is that, we laid out this $229 zone as support. We knew that this should be the place where the bulls start to step in a little bit more aggressively. We knew they'd step in a little bit in this DCA zone 1, but way more aggressively in DCA zone 2. And what you can see here is that is exactly what happened yesterday. As we saw Solana's price coming down and down and down and down, we saw this thing actually push towards 222. But by the time that the daily close happened, we saw the bulls stepping in and eating up this dip, forcing the price upwards to a point in which we saw Solana's price close above DCA zone 2, re-entering DCA zone 1. Now, what this means is that exactly as we thought, once we saw Solana enter into this secondary bullish zone, the bulls really picked up momentum and forced the price upwards. As that did happen, we can even see that there are certain little early signs of bullish divergence playing out, in which we are on the daily RSI starting to see Solana's price resetting very fast. I mean, you got to look at this, right? From this pullback to this pump, we created this move on the RSI. As we've been venturing down, we've created this move on the RSI. Do you see how this daily RSI is diverging right now, in the sense that we had a low and a higher low here? Sorry, I don't know why I kept saying high. I think I just said high about all of these. But again, these are just lows, right? We created this low, this low, this low, and this low. And what you can see here is we created the higher low there. We created, so far, a lower low here. And obviously, the price could continue lower to set that lower low, but it's just not seeming like that's what's going to happen. And when you start to see divergences like this, it makes you recognize that the indicators are resetting faster than the price, and that's a good sign, because it makes it more likely that a crypto will set a higher low and continue upwards. It's a good thing beginning to see. If we go down to our 4-hour time frames, you can see this even clearer. Look at that 4-hour RSI. Look how much it's reset. I mean, guys, let's just take a quick look at the last couple times that we saw Solana's price come back down here on the 4-hour RSI. The last time that we saw this was back down here, right whenever Sol was around 160 to 150 bucks before it giga sent. The last time before that was whenever Sol was roughly around 136 before it sent. Time before that was when it was at 135 before it pumped. I mean, every time Solana's 4-hour RSI has come here over the last few months, it has used that support to continue upwards. And although, again, it doesn't guarantee that that's what's going to happen this time around, it just makes it more and more likely that we are going to see a move of that nature and that we can see Solana's price really try to catch some momentum off of here. And so my thought process is that, yeah, although it very well could continue lower, and this does not by any means guarantee that we are going to just start seeing Solana's price pump. It just means that the signs that we're getting are that we're very probably right. I mean, if we're already this low on, say, some of your shorter term time frame indicators, imagine what would happen if Solana made it all the way back to 200 bucks. Think about how overextended literally everything would be. And so that's kind of making me think even more that I'm right. And so because of that, I will continue to stick to the strategy and I will continue to dollar cost average on some Solana, especially while it's within these 3 DCA zones. Now, don't forget the 3 DCA zones are between 247 and 230 for the first one, 229 to 198 on the second one, and then $197 to $180 on the third one. These are the levels that I'm personally accumulating at, and these are the levels that I expect other people will as well. And so, of course, I'll continue to keep you updated every single day as this does play out. There is only one thing that I am getting a little bit concerned about, and that is the possibility of some type of wonky head and shoulders forming here. If we go, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. But the fact that we came back down here does make me feel a little bit better about it. That's not usually what would happen. What would usually happen is that we would get that move there and not go so much lower. But when you look at the daily charts, that is kind of what's happening, right? We got the wick below, but we did close here. So I'm not super concerned about it, but I will keep an eye out. And if it does turn into anything, I'll let you know, but I'm not really expecting that right now. And so overall, thought process here is I will continue to do some dollar cost averaging. Even if its price does continue lower, my game plan is to buy more. And if it does pull back here, guys, I would actually be pretty excited, and I would be shocked if it doesn't start trying to make a more macro move upwards after this. So one way or another, I feel like it's a win-win here for Solana. I don't even particularly care where it goes from now. You shouldn't be in a spot to where you can get liquidated right now off of one of these moves. Loosen up on the leverage if you are, because again, we very well might continue back towards 200 bucks, and you just need to be ready and understanding that it's a good thing and it's okay, because it'll open up the door for a macro move upwards. So as I mentioned before, guys, I'll update you every day as Solana does play out and as we continue to get these movements. But if you are, again, a little bit newer here, if you want access to those things I told you about earlier, Insights with Tyler, which goes over all of my thoughts, some of the things that I'm buying and selling and doing my portfolio, daily technical analysis, daily fundamental analysis, those beginner courses, I have one released, I have 4 more releasing on fundamental analysis, leverage trading, meme coin investing, altcoin investing, Tyler's tips, which goes over specific things like setting up my Fibonacci settings, 6 important websites for crypto investing, just random specific things like that. All of that is available on the Patreon for just $5 a month, which is absolutely insane. I feel like that's a ton of value for $5 a month. So go check that out down below. Now, if you're a little more advanced and all that stuff is a little too beginner for you, check out the premium membership. This is going to get you live workshops with myself and other coaches. This is going to get you premium classes and lessons. This is going to get you access to, of course, our pro trader who posts his trade setups and signals. And it's going to get you access to multiple other courses that we're going to be releasing for just premium members for only 17 bucks a month. So do go check that out down below. And also, you premium members and advanced traders, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana yourself on up to 500x leverage, you can and should check out that BTCC link down below. So overall, of course, let me know your thoughts on this, guys. How are you feeling about Solana? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you buying? Are you selling? I love to hear it here. Don't forget, I got 3 to 4 more videos dropping today. So if you do want to see those, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.